FXBros.
Oh, let me turn that shit off. That wasn't nothing. YouTube. They said, don't block me. But nah, we back, man. News about to drop. I'm a little late. I'm a little late to this shit. But news is about to drop. Let's see how soon we are away. We are 5 seconds away. 5 seconds. That bitch. Damn, that whole jumped 30 pips in 1 second. Bitch. Yeah, I was in sales. Let me get out of that shit. Man, what the dollar doing? So I start making assumptions. The daily is going to have to close bullish, and possibly the next day close bullish. That was a good jump. Very big jump. Because we didn't respect this gap, so I'm going to move this to right jump. Because that's what got respected from news. Tested right to 50% level here and pop up. That was crazy. Not expecting that, but the move was early for sales during London session. So we go to the 1 hour. Yeah, we started selling at 3. Selling off. We'll see what this hourly does. But based on the 4 hour, we've been selling. So sales were inactive, but this was where we should have gotten out. Granted, we had discussed that this was not ideal setup. I mean, it was ideal setup, but the previous candle, that wick, this big ass wick with the small body at the bottom, that's not something to brag about. You feel me? As far as engulf, like you want to engulf a candle like this, not no weak ass body. That was too easy to engulf. So, with that being said, we didn't take that bullish move, but as you can see, it worked out good. Based off this rejection, I got in the buys expecting for the market to continue higher. But if we don't, I would for sure be expecting a 4 hour close at like 61.75 on the bearish side, because that's where price was hanging up at. 61.75. Like that. So we get a bearish candle closing below 61.75. I'm just gonna assess, or not, yeah, assess for a better setup. Simple as that. But for sales to come in, I would want buy continuation to play out. Let's see what the news is. Let's see. Let's see what that bitch said. She go pick up on the first ring. That's crazy. That was PPI. Okay. I'm thinking CPI inflation rate. That's Wednesday. Okay, yeah. PPI previous consensus, we actually dropped lower than that. Worse. So the dollar should be affected by that news. And it looks like it could be already priced in, but I'm not really buying that just yet. I gotta wait for sure. Probably waiting for this candle to close on a 1 hour just to see how it closes. If we get that bullish engulfing to continue with the trajectory out the 1 hour and the 4 hour, the daily still hadn't gave us anything. But with 8 hours left, it would be nice to have a another bullish daily candle so we can engulf it for CPI. So yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That was last week. Popped off Monday with a golfing straight out the gate. And that worked out all week, all the way until Sunday and Monday morning. But Monday morning, 8 a.m., that's when you got this bullish engulfing. And that's been working out so far. That trade ultimately took, let's see, good 43. Nice move. Nice move, man. Nice move. The dollar is still kind of undecided. It did tap into this area. I'm thinking we're gonna sweep these lows and fully fill this all the way down to 109.27. But it don't matter what I think, does it? All right. And I think that is it. Yeah, that was the only news release. That was the only news release. So we're gonna let this go until 8:30 when we get NYSE open. Right now, everything is in pre-market. So we get that 8:30. 8:30 to 9. Let's see. 8:30 to 9. So looking at the 4 hour, which, like I said, primarily that's what we're going off of this year. We started off the year here with nothing. We had a weak 4 hour engulfing, nothing set up. It was bullishness, but not the proper for engulfing. I think it was a 1 hour golfing, not that bullishness though, too. Coming from the first. Let me see. January. So it was one here on the second, kind of before that daily close and the new one opened, but it was several 1 hours. Nothing really on a 4 hour setup. So nonetheless, market did push higher, tap back into this range. Previous weekly low. So yeah, previous weekly high. That basically was we're just filling in this gap. I mean, obviously you can see where it ran to. You know, I ain't really got to draw it out. But we did that, and from that, the market rejected heavy and sold off, creating a bearish engulfing. Now, after it did that, that was noon. So it probably would have been in your benefit to try to catch that move earlier, like how this was at 9 or 8 o'clock. You could have caught the 1 hour and would have still been good with stops up here, or you could have waited for that retest and catch the hourly in the morning. Well, that was like 5 in the morning, so you probably wouldn't miss that. But nonetheless, with stops above your this high or maybe the bodies, however you place your stops. I mean, most people, depending on where you enter that, I don't think most people will place it up there above their recent high. And that trade worked out. That was from Monday of the last week. So that was the first trade out the gate. Worked out. None of these bullish moves really made any damage. As you can see, we got more bearish engulfings that also worked out. It's just this weak as brand new bearish engulfing bullish engulfing that we just got that didn't look like it was gonna hold that much weight, but it did. And not only that, it's still fighting the advance higher. I know they were saying 61.96 is an area, and you can see how they're rejecting that hard, but they were saying 60, I think it was one of them sites, Forex Edge or some shit. But basically was saying that this the bullishness would seem more true if they could close above 61.96. And as we can see, that's why a lot of wick projections are. Also, there's a lot of resistance here from the previous structure points. So we break above that, we'll be further in profit on buys. Other than that, we don't have a scenario on the 4 hour or the daily to set up. Overall, like I said, I want the daily to print another green candle because that's going to close at 4. And then going into Asian and London session tonight, we'll be setting up for, them to get better pricing or whatever pricing they want in expectation for CPI tomorrow morning. And like I said, if the numbers come out good with inflation or if the inflation increases, then I would think the dollar should be more valuable. I guess no. That's something to consider. Yeah, but if inflation goes up, the dollar will be less valuable. But that don't necessarily mean the dollar is actually going to go. It's actually going to sell off. If there's truth, then this bullish move will seem like it's the move. But like I said, we'll need a more sure fire setup. Like, we don't have the daily. Nothing on the daily is really showing us anything. We just have 4-hour potentials and 1 hour really was all action. But I ain't gonna lie, I took a big L. I was starting off good. I was up like, I want to say probably, I didn't even check, but probably easily 20, 30% in that first week. And I ain't gonna lie, I got sucked into that damn 1 hour and just whiplashed my ass to where I hit a 17% loss this week so far, trying to catch that one. So, like I said, it's going to be a challenge, but I'm eliminating really the use of the 1 hour for the most part. Like I said, it can be a tool to potentially see what the 4 hour can do, looking at it incrementally. But overall, I want to kind of stick to just that 4 hour movement, be aware of it, but just not be on the wrong side like that. And that was another thing. I was still adding sales, trying to fade this 4 hour engulfing, thinking it wasn't really going to do anything. But this is what I wrote down in my notes, so this will never happen again. The one key thing I've been looking at, if we are, especially off a bullish engulfing, any kind of bullish move, if the next candle closes above, which obviously is going to close above the body because that's where the next candle starts at. The open is the previous close of the previous candle. But the wick, if we close above that wick, it is a damn near 90% chance we will continue higher. If we didn't close under that, then all this structure would have been held. And we probably would have maybe wicked up, but overall bodies would have been held up under here. So with that being said, mental note, for one, take off, which I did do. I didn't close the trade, but I took off a lot of fucking profit once we did get this bullish engulfing. So when I was in sales from up here, I took off a whole lot of profit. So it was damn near like a tester, under 1,000 pips for sure. Still running, but I took all that off and I hopped in the buys from down here, kind of respecting off the 4 hour engulfing that pushed the market so high. So I'm kind of just going with that trajectory, and we're going to see what the CPI does. 1 hour, struggling. We got to get above, what's the open? 84, 804. So as long as we're above 804 when the hourly closes, then that'll be a decent sign for buyers. Like I said, we got a wick, body closing above the body in the wick, so at least 810, 816. So let's watch that and see. We got like 7 minutes left. See what it does. Oh, music, man. Like I said, it's that 4 hour. We close below 61.75, getting out. Just go wait. I don't care what it does. It can run all the way up. I'll be just, fucked up about it, but it's all good. Gotta learn your lesson. Gotta learn your lesson, man. more minutes left. Eight a.m. No bullish engulfing. And look like we are not in buys anymore. So let's get out of that. And we did close under 74. So let's get out of that. Yeah, I like the way that sale look. If you want to look at it like this, you can say based off of these 4-hour sales, you know, the market gave you another opportunity. We'll know for sure if we break back below this range and continue lower, then yeah, that was basically just another opportunity. Add to sales, probably try to entice people out of sales because that was like probably the easiest entry. I know this entry right here, if people caught it, they easily probably got stopped out or got tricked out of the sale and they got in the buy. This one didn't really give us a sell entry. We did get one on the 1 hour, but not on the 4 hour. So if you would have just got in based on the movement, okay, you could have caught that move. That was 4 to 8 a.m. So you would have had to wait at least to here and possibly catching some sales potentially. Other than that, um, these sales were not ideal only because they were meeting previous low structure. So it was possibly, especially with this sweep of the previous low, it was a potential that maybe we could go up. But like I said, once the body and the wick, mostly the wick, it closed below. Like we had this wick closed below here. Uh, this one, as you can see, we didn't close until here. But when we closed at that, look how far this candle rejected. So when you got that rejection, kind of look at it. This is like a ripple effect. When you get that kind of pullback, it's gonna do that for the next few candles until we get some kind of justification, like a close below a wick, a body close below a wick, which we had here, following this bearish engulfing. But yeah, once you see a candle trade like this all the way down and have a pullback, exposing a wick, especially when the market is trending down, kind of anticipate that to ripple effect into the next few candles, especially on the 4 hour. And knowing what time we were in, this was midnight to 4 a.m. So that was all London. So of course, London is gonna let New York eat, which they did, and sold off into the Asian session and yada yada. And that ended the week on that move. Right now, we are currently from Sunday. It was really nothing but buys. So even from Sunday for this week, nothing set up. I mean, sales did set up, but like I said, I got caught into that because I was looking at the 1 hour. So we look at Sunday on the 1 hour. You can see right here, bearish engulfing, coming out of Friday bearish. So you was already, you know, not properly analyzing what you was looking at. Not ideal, but it is like a sandwich engulfing. I don't know if Jay got into sales on that. You in sales, bro? Good, good, good. Same here. So yeah, we're gonna let that ride. We're gonna let them sales ride. We're gonna let them sales ride. Let's see how far we sell into. Like I said, we still have CPI tomorrow. No more news for the rest of the day. That was only news release. I know I probably got some medium news, but no high news for today. Next piece of news coming out at 1 a.m. We got inflation rate for GJ. We got Euro full year GDP growth 2025. I guess they're just looking at the previous year. All that's happening at 1, 2, or 3 o'clock, and then we have our inflation, CPI, and NY Empire State Manufacturing all coming out at 7:30. So that's going to be the next volume, next piece of volume that's going to come into the market heavy. If PPI did that, I already know CPI about to go crazy. I was just the only thing I was considering. Like I said, news really don't overall determine the direction because the market can go anywhere it wants to, regardless of what the news says. But if we do get inflation increase, like dramatically increase, I would think that would make the dollar less volatile because if inflation is high, everything is high. Groceries, gas, real estate, assets, meaning you need more money to buy it. So therefore, you know, the dollar is losing its dominance, I guess, in that purchasing power, or losing its purchasing power. If we get increase in inflation. You know, high inflation means shit costs more. So that dollar ain't a dollar no more. It's 50 cents. And if that's the case, if the dollar drops, where can it drop to? And, you know, that's how you got to kind of look at if that happens. Where would it drop to? It's not looking like it wants to drop. Let's say overall, the trajectory for the dollar is up. Yeah, for sure up. And that would also be meaning that by waiting patiently, we can continue to see sales. See? Nothing. We've been selling. And still selling, even with structure. The only thing that popped out weird was this January 6th move on Monday. What was that? Okay. Well, Monday open at 8, push stupid high, and then put next candle to check it 8 to 12. Look at 8 to 12. And that came out at 5:30. That was not a candle to trade off of. That's big facts. So 2% worse than expected.
Every time you feed your pet pills, you help feed a shelter pet, which helps make them healthy, happy, and more adoptable, changing their life forever, so they can change yours. Science did that.
Yeah, that trajectory don't change. I'm thinking overall this bullishness will continue and our bearishness is going to continue. It's not following in alignment with the news, but you gotta trade what you see, and we seeing sales. We got 15 more minutes. Hopefully, we might see a little more volume. New York Stock Exchange opening in 15 minutes. So let's see what we get from that. And if not anything, then we'll wrap it up and wait for the big news release tomorrow, CPI and inflation. Nigga, nigga, daddy was hurt, man. Real nigga shit. Real nigga shit. Yeah. That was funny. Dee. We got 9 more minutes for this damn stock exchange to add some more volume. If we're gonna add, like I said, the big news event is tomorrow. CPI and inflation. This is what it sounds like when you ain't roll up in 3 days. Cause you tryna fucking fast, but that shit be hard. But it's all good, cause you was built for this shit, bitch ass nigga. Alright. Now about 3 more minutes left. Wicks only get filled after engulfing, it seems like. That's crazy. The move is sales. Fuck what the market does. It's trying to entice niggas into buys. Don't fall for it. Not fall for it. The move is sales. And I'm gonna keep it G. I'm gonna keep it all the way G. This candle is really gonna tell, because all this market should have continued higher. We really was, you know, and look, like I said, look where it stopped at. It's strong, that first somewhat of a structure leg. I would like this is better structure, but it was calling that. More so looking at the like I said, that 6196 area. It's basically up there, but that's what we rejected from these wicks. So I feel like if we were gonna break that, if we had two 4-hour candles to do it, not 2 hours, 2 4-hour candles to do it. So with that being said, we sales. We are sales. We still riding away from up there. Retest. We still sales. Do not get enticed into buys. 8:30. Yeah, I don't think this one will feel. That's not strong enough. It didn't do anything. It didn't even engulf this. It set up the whole play form. Didn't engulf it. I think that's, call that shit baloney. I think that shit baloney. Cap. Baloney cap sandwich. What is she didn't good? What is she good? Alrighty. We're gonna let this chill. Let them figure out what they're gonna figure out. it's still, I guess they didn't get enough people, but they're trying to get more people enticing the buys. But I think the move is sell, so we're just gonna let that rock, and we will be back tomorrow for a little bit more activity. We're gonna see where the economy is at, looking at inflation. So everybody waiting on that. Yeah, we're gonna go with that move. So we will see y'all back tomorrow at 7:30 to go over the inflation rate and CPI. All right, everybody, peace out.